Hey travelers, welcome to a journey that's anything but ordinary. Today we're diving into some of the most breathtaking and surreal landscapes on the planet, the world's deserts. But don't be fooled, these aren't just empty stretches of sand. Deserts are home to some of the most incredible adventures you can imagine. From riding camels under the blazing sun of the Sahara to walking on ancient frozen ice in Antarctica, deserts have a way of taking your breath away, surprising you at every turn, and leaving you with memories that last a lifetime. In this video, we're counting down 15 epic desert adventures you absolutely need to experience, each one more thrilling and awe-inspiring than the last. Whether you're looking for adrenaline, stunning landscapes, or a chance to connect with nature in its rawest form, this list has it all. So let's get started and discover the deserts that are calling your name. Let's start with the Sahara Desert, the most famous desert on Earth and the world's largest hot desert. This iconic destination is a must-see for adventurers, offering experiences that feel straight out of a storybook. One of the most popular activities here is camel trekking. Picture yourself swaying gently atop a camel as you journey across the rolling golden dunes at sunset. The views are jaw-dropping, with endless waves of sand glowing in hues of orange and gold. And this isn't just any camel ride. It's a chance to step into the shoes of the Berber nomads who've called this desert home for centuries. Once the day fades, the Sahara transforms into a magical wonderland. Spending the night in a desert camp is something you'll never forget. Here, you can savor traditional Moroccan cuisine, relax around a campfire with Berber music, and enjoy some of the clearest night skies in the world. With no light pollution, the stars stretch endlessly, and the Milky Way feels so close you could almost reach out and touch it. For those who love adventure, try sandboarding down the massive dunes or hop into a 4x4 for some adrenaline-filled dune bashing. If you prefer something more tranquil, a guided desert walk allows you to fully embrace the serenity and silence of this remarkable landscape. And here's an interesting fact. The Sahara Desert isn't just sand. Only about 20% of its surface is covered in dunes, while the rest includes mountains, rocky plateaus, and even oases. This diversity adds to the magic of exploring this legendary destination. From the golden sands of the Sahara, we travel to the Wadi Rum Desert in Jordan, often called the Valley of the Moon. Known for its Mars-like landscapes, Wadi Rum has been a filming location for many sci-fi blockbusters, including The Martian and Dune. This desert is truly otherworldly, with its red sand, towering sandstone cliffs, and dramatic rock formations. One of the best ways to explore Wadi Rum is through a jeep safari. These tours take you deep into the desert, where you'll visit breathtaking spots like the towering Berda Rock Bridge or Lawrence's Spring, named after T.E. Lawrence, who passed through here during World War I. For the adventurous traveler, rock climbing is a must. The sandstone mountains here are perfect for climbing and offer incredible panoramic views of the desert below. If you're not into climbing, consider a hike at sunset. The red sands and glowing cliffs create a surreal, almost dreamlike atmosphere. But Wadi Rum isn't just about landscapes. Spend a night in a traditional Bedouin camp, where you'll experience the warm hospitality of the Bedouin people. Enjoy freshly cooked zarb, a dish made of meat and vegetables slow-cooked underground, while listening to traditional music. And when night falls, don't forget to look up. Wadi Rum's dark skies are perfect for stargazing, with countless stars lighting up the desert. Here's a fun fact about Wadi Rum. It's not just a dry desert. During rare rainfalls, small pools of water collect in the valleys, creating reflections of the towering rock formations and adding another layer of beauty to this magical place. Next, we journey to the Thar Desert, also known as the Great Indian Desert, which stretches across India and Pakistan. While it may not be as vast as the Sahara, what makes the Thar Desert truly unique is the blend of desert adventure and vibrant culture. This is where golden dunes meet colorful festivals, ancient forts, and bustling desert villages. One of the best ways to explore the Thar is by camel safari, but here, it comes with a twist. The experience is infused with rich Rajasthani traditions. You'll pass by small villages, encounter locals in traditional attire, and see herds of cattle moving across the sands, a true glimpse into desert life. For history buffs, the fortified cities of Jaisalmer and Bikaner are absolute highlights. These ancient cities, built from golden sandstone, look like something straight out of a fairy tale. The Jaisalmer Fort, perched high above the dunes, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a must-visit. And if you're lucky to visit during the Pushkar Camel Fair or the Desert Festival of Jaisalmer, you'll witness the Thar Desert at its most vibrant. Imagine camel races, folk music and dance, fire-eating performances, and stalls filled with colorful crafts. It's a cultural explosion you won't find in any other desert. Here's a fun fact. The Thar Desert is one of the most densely populated deserts in the world, home to millions of people who've adapted to its harsh environment over centuries. For a mix of adventure and culture, the Thar Desert is an unforgettable stop on your desert journey. From the bustling culture of the Thar, we head to the Sonoran Desert, which stretches across the southwestern United States and northwestern Mexico. This desert is famous for its iconic saguaro cacti, which are so towering and unique they almost feel alive, like something out of a cartoon. In fact, if you've ever seen a desert in a Western movie, chances are it was inspired by the Sonoran Desert. But what makes the Sonoran Desert truly fascinating is its incredible biodiversity. Despite the harsh climate, this desert is alive with more than 2,000 plant species and an abundance of wildlife, including coyotes, bobcats, and even jaguars. It's often called the lushest desert in the world because of its surprising greenery and its 2 rainy seasons each year. Adventurers can explore the Saguaro National Park near Tucson, Arizona, where you'll find endless trails weaving through forests of cacti. Hikers will love the breathtaking views of rugged mountains and desert valleys, while photographers can't resist capturing the surreal silhouettes of saguaros against a glowing sunset. And here's something you might not expect. The Sonoran Desert is home to desert hot springs. These natural pools are the perfect way to relax after a long day of exploring. Or for a cultural experience, cross into Mexico and visit the indigenous Tohono O'odham communities who've lived here for centuries and continue to share their traditions. Fun fact: the saguaro cactus, an iconic symbol of the American West, can live up to 200 years and only grows in the Sonoran Desert. Some saguaros are taller than a 3-story building. With its mix of wildlife, adventure, and cultural heritage, the Sonoran Desert offers a completely different desert experience compared to the golden sands of the Sahara or the cultural richness of the Thar. Heading to the western United States, we arrive at the Mojave Desert, one of the most dramatic and iconic deserts in North America. Known for its extreme landscapes and being home to the famous Death Valley, the Mojave is a place of striking contrasts and record-breaking conditions. Death Valley, often referred to as the hottest place on Earth, is where temperatures have soared as high as 134 degrees Fahrenheit. But don't let the heat scare you. This region has so much more to offer than just scorching temperatures. From the mesmerizing sand dunes of Mesquite Flat to the surreal salt flats of Badwater Basin, the Mojave is a photographer's dream. Badwater Basin, by the way, is also the lowest point in North America, sitting 282 feet below sea level. For adventure seekers, the Kelso Dunes are a must-visit. These dunes don't just look incredible, they actually sing. When you slide down the slopes of these massive dunes, the sand creates a low-pitched humming sound, a phenomenon known as singing sand. The Mojave is also home to the unique Joshua Tree National Park, where you'll find twisted, spiky trees that seem like something out of a Dr. Seuss book. Combine this with the rugged boulders and golden desert vistas, and you have an otherworldly landscape perfect for hiking, rock climbing, or simply soaking in the serenity of the desert. Fun fact: the Mojave Desert is one of the few places in the world where you can find the rare and endangered desert tortoise, a species that has adapted to survive in the harshest conditions for millions of years. Next, we journey to the vast Gobi Desert, stretching across southern Mongolia and northern China. Unlike the sandy deserts of Morocco or the rocky landscapes of the Mojave, the Gobi is known for its cold, rugged terrain and historic significance. This desert was a key part of the Silk Road, where caravans of traders once traveled, carrying goods between Asia and Europe. One of the most fascinating things about the Gobi Desert is its extreme climate. It's one of the few deserts in the world where temperatures can drop to minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit in winter and rise to over 113 degrees in summer. Experiencing the desert under these conditions is not for the faint of heart, but it's perfect for those seeking something truly off the beaten path. The Congarin Els, also known as the Singing Sand Dunes, are a highlight of the Gobi. These massive dunes stretch for over 100 miles and can reach heights of 800 feet, offering stunning views of the surrounding steppe. You can hike the dunes, ride camels, or simply take in the surreal, almost alien beauty of the landscape. Another unmissable spot is the Flaming Cliffs, also known as Bayanzag, where some of the world's first dinosaur fossils were discovered. This area is not just a geological wonder, but a window into Earth's prehistoric past. Fun fact: unlike many deserts, the Gobi is not covered in sand but mostly consists of gravel plains and rocky terrain. It's also home to snow leopards, wild Bactrian camels, and other rare wildlife species. From the cold extremes of the Gobi, we now head to Chile, home to the Atacama Desert, the driest place on Earth. Some areas of this desert haven't seen rain for centuries, making it one of the most Mars-like environments you can visit without leaving the planet. What sets the Atacama apart is its otherworldly landscapes. From vast salt flats and colorful lagoons to towering volcanoes and steaming geysers, every corner of this desert feels like it belongs to a different planet. The Valle de la Luna, Valley of the Moon, is one of the most famous spots, named for its eerie, lunar-like terrain carved by wind and water over millions of years. The Atacama is also one of the best places in the world for stargazing. With its high altitude, dry air, and minimal light pollution, the night sky here is nothing short of magical. The European Southern Observatory operates several telescopes here, and visitors can join stargazing tours to marvel at the Milky Way like never before. If you're looking for a bit more action, head to the Tatio Geysers, one of the highest geyser fields in the world, or explore the Salar de Atacama, a stunning salt flat that's home to pink flamingos. And don't miss the chance to bathe in natural hot springs surrounded by the surreal desert landscape. Fun fact: scientists and NASA regularly test equipment for Mars missions in the Atacama Desert because its conditions are so similar to the Red Planet. From the golden sands of the Sahara, we now move to one of the most surreal and otherworldly landscapes on Earth, Egypt's White Desert. This desert, also known as Sahara El Beida, is famous for its stunning chalk rock formations that have been sculpted by wind and sand over millions of years. These formations, which look like they belong on another planet, are what make the White Desert so unique. As you explore this desert, you'll come across towering rocks shaped like mushrooms, icebergs, and even animals like camels or chickens. Yes, really. The contrast between the white chalky terrain and the golden desert sands is mesmerizing, especially at sunrise or sunset, when the formations take on warm, glowing hues. Camping in the White Desert is a must. The silence here is profound, the stars are dazzling, and the white terrain glows under the moonlight, creating an atmosphere you won't find anywhere else in the world. Visitors often say it feels like being on another planet. Fun fact: the White Desert was once an ancient seabed, which is why its rocks are made of chalk and contain fossils of marine life from millions of years ago. If you're looking for a desert that feels more like a work of art than a barren wasteland, the White Desert will leave you absolutely spellbound. Next, we journey to southern Africa to explore the Kalahari Desert, a semi-arid savanna that spans Botswana, Namibia, and South Africa. Unlike traditional deserts, the Kalahari is teeming with life, making it one of the most unique desert experiences on the planet. The Kalahari is home to some of Africa's most incredible wildlife, including lions, cheetahs, giraffes, and meerkats. It's the perfect destination for a desert safari, where you can see these animals thriving in a landscape that combines sweeping grasslands, red sand dunes, and ancient salt pans. Speaking of salt pans, the Makgadikgadi salt pans in Botswana are one of the Kalahari's most surreal sights. These vast, glittering flats stretch as far as the eye can see, and during the wet season, they fill with water, attracting thousands of flamingos and other bird species. During the dry season, the pans turn into an endless white expanse, perfect for stargazing or quad biking. The Kalahari is also home to the indigenous San people, one of the oldest cultures in the world. You can join guided tours led by sand trackers to learn about their ancient ways of life, including their skills in tracking animals and surviving in the desert. Fun fact: despite being called a desert, the Kalahari receives more rain than most deserts, which is why it's so full of life. It's considered a thirstland rather than a true desert. For those seeking both wildlife and cultural immersion, the Kalahari Desert is a destination that truly stands out. We now arrive at one of the world's oldest and most striking deserts, the Namib Desert in Namibia. This desert, which is estimated to be over 55 million years old, is home to some of the most dramatic and photogenic landscapes you'll ever see. The Namib is famous for its towering red sand dunes, some of which are the tallest in the world. One of the most iconic spots is Sossusvlei, a vast salt and clay pan surrounded by dunes that rise as high as 1,000 feet. The contrast of the orange sand against the bright blue sky creates a surreal, almost dreamlike scene. Another must-see is Dedvlei, a dry pan filled with ancient blackened tree skeletons that stand in stark contrast to the white clay floor and red dunes. These trees are estimated to be over 900 years old and create one of the most hauntingly beautiful landscapes in the world. The Namib Desert is also home to fascinating wildlife that has adapted to its harsh conditions. You might spot oryx, desert-adapted elephants, and even lions that have evolved to survive in the arid environment. For adventure lovers, the Namib offers activities like hot air balloon rides, sandboarding, and quad biking over its vast dunes. Fun fact: the Namib Desert is where the Skeleton Coast lies, a foggy and desolate shoreline littered with shipwrecks, giving it an eerie and mysterious vibe. With its ancient beauty and jaw-dropping scenery, the Namib Desert is a destination that every adventurer and photographer dreams of visiting. From the ancient sands of Namibia, we now journey to the Lut Desert in Iran, known locally as Dasht-e-Lut, which holds the title of one of the hottest places on Earth. NASA satellites have recorded surface temperatures here as high as 159 degrees Fahrenheit, making it the perfect destination for those who crave extreme adventure. But the Lut Desert isn't just about heat. It's a place of surreal, otherworldly beauty. One of its most famous features is the Kalutes, massive, sculpted rock formations created by wind erosion over thousands of years. These towering structures stretch across the desert like a natural city, offering a landscape so alien that it feels like stepping onto another planet. Another highlight is the Gandam-Berrian Plateau, a vast blackened plain of volcanic rock that's thought to be the hottest part of the desert. Despite its harshness, the Lut is full of natural wonders. The Star Dunes, some of the tallest sand dunes in the world, rise like mountains in the middle of the desert, creating breathtaking views. Fun fact: despite being one of the driest and most inhospitable places on Earth, researchers have recently discovered microscopic life forms thriving in the salt and sand of the Lut Desert, proving that life can exist even in the harshest conditions. For travelers looking for raw, untouched wilderness and a sense of isolation that few places on Earth can offer, the Lut Desert is a must-see destination. Next, we head to Australia to explore one of the most unique desert landscapes in the world, the Pinnacles Desert in Western Australia's Namibia National Park. This small yet surreal desert is famous for its thousands of limestone spires, which rise dramatically out of the yellow sands like ancient weathered monuments. The pinnacles, some of which are over 10 feet tall, were formed millions of years ago from seashell deposits. Over time, erosion exposed these incredible formations, leaving behind a landscape that looks more like an alien world than something found on Earth. Visitors can wander through the pinnacles on foot or drive along the dedicated desert track for stunning views of this one-of-a-kind terrain. The best time to visit is at sunrise or sunset, when the changing light casts long shadows and gives the landscape a glowing golden hue. Fun fact: the origins of the pinnacles were a mystery for centuries. Some local Aboriginal groups believe the formations are sacred, representing ancient spirits frozen in time. What makes this desert truly special is its accessibility. It's only a few hours from Perth, making it an easy addition to any Australian adventure. The Pinnacles may be small compared to other deserts, but its unique charm leaves a big impression. Finally, we arrive at the Antarctic Desert, the largest desert in the world by area and undoubtedly the most unique on this list. While most people don't associate deserts with ice, Antarctica meets all the criteria. It's incredibly dry, barren, and extreme. In fact, some parts of Antarctica haven't seen rain or snow for over 2 million years. The Antarctic Desert is a place of stark, untouched beauty, where massive ice sheets stretch to the horizon and jagged mountains rise from the frozen expanse. The dry valleys of Antarctica, one of the driest places on Earth, are particularly fascinating. With their barren, rocky terrain, these valleys look more like Mars than anywhere on Earth, and scientists even use them to study potential life on the Red Planet. For adventurers, a trip to Antarctica is about more than just ice. It's about experiencing one of the last true frontiers on Earth. You can kayak among towering icebergs, hike along frozen landscapes, or even visit penguin colonies and spot seals and whales in their natural habitat. Fun fact: despite its freezing temperatures, Antarctica receives very little precipitation, earning its title as the driest continent on the planet. It's technically a polar desert. Visiting the Antarctic Desert isn't easy. It's remote, challenging, and expensive. But for those who make the journey, it's an experience that will stay with them forever. Our journey now takes us to the sprawling Chihuahuan Desert, which stretches across northern Mexico and parts of the southwestern United States. Covering over 200,000 square miles, it's the largest desert in North America. But what sets the Chihuahuan Desert apart is its rich biodiversity, making it one of the most biologically diverse deserts in the world. This desert is home to over 1,500 plant species, many of which are found nowhere else on Earth. The towering lechuguilla plant and unique varieties of agave dominate the landscape, while animals like roadrunners, coyotes, and even black bears can be spotted here. The Chihuahuan Desert is also famous for its mesmerizing desert blooms, which explode into vibrant colors after seasonal rains. One of the must-see spots in the Chihuahuan Desert is the White Sands National Park in New Mexico. This breathtaking park features massive dunes of pure white gypsum sand that seem to stretch endlessly into the horizon. Walking barefoot on the cool, powdery sand is an unforgettable experience, and the area is perfect for sand sledding, hiking, or photography. Another highlight is the Cuatro Ciénegas Basin in Mexico, a rare wetland oasis filled with crystal-clear pools and unique ecosystems, offering a stark contrast to the surrounding desert. It's also a hotspot for researchers studying its ancient microbial life, which is thought to resemble early forms of life on Earth. Fun fact: the Chihuahuan Desert is known as the birthplace of tequila, thanks to the agave plants that thrive here. Without this desert, there would be no tequila. With its vibrant ecosystems, dazzling white sands, and unexpected oases, the Chihuahuan Desert is a place of contrasts and surprises, offering a completely different side of desert exploration. We close our desert journey with the vast and historic Arabian Desert, which spans much of the Arabian Peninsula, including Saudi Arabia, Oman, and the UAE. Covering over 900,000 square miles, this is one of the most iconic deserts in the world, rich with ancient history and modern marvels. One of the most famous features of the Arabian Desert is the empty quarter, Rub al-Khali, the largest continuous sand desert on Earth. With its towering dunes, some of which reach over 800 feet high, this area is the epitome of desert grandeur. It's a place where you can truly feel the immensity of the landscape and the silence of the sands. For travelers seeking adventure, there are endless options. Try dune bashing in a 4x4, ride camels across the endless sands, or even take a hot air balloon ride to see the desert from above. But the Arabian Desert isn't just about thrills, it's also deeply tied to the region's rich cultural heritage. You can explore ancient Bedouin traditions, visit oases like Al-Asa, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, or discover historic cities like Al-Ula, where ancient Nabatean ruins lie hidden in the desert. And let's not forget the modern desert cities like Dubai and Abu Dhabi, which have transformed parts of the Arabian Desert into hubs of luxury and innovation. Whether you're skiing indoors in Dubai or enjoying a desert safari with a lavish feast under the stars, the Arabian Desert is a place where the ancient and the modern collide in spectacular ways. Fun fact: The Arabian Desert is home to the Arabian oryx, a species once thought to be extinct in the wild, but successfully reintroduced through conservation efforts. These elegant animals are now a symbol of resilience in one of the world's harshest environments. With its vast sands, rich history, and mix of ancient and modern adventures, the Arabian Desert is the perfect way to end our journey, a destination that embodies the timeless allure of deserts while offering something for every kind of traveler. And there you have it, 15 of the most incredible deserts from around the world, each with its own unique beauty, adventure, and story to tell. From the fiery dunes of the Sahara to the icy expanse of Antarctica, and from ancient landscapes to modern marvels, these deserts prove that even the most extreme environments on Earth can offer unforgettable experiences. Which of these deserts is now at the top of your bucket list? Or maybe you've already visited one. If so, we'd love to hear about your experience in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And make sure to subscribe to our channel for more travel inspiration and incredible adventures from around the globe. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the world's deserts. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and let the world inspire you.